Hey, Renee, Chris, and Ryan going live. Best podcast, Beauty and the Beast. Sit back and catch a vibe. Oh yeah, we talking zombies and apocalypses and all those things you like. Going beast mode, and if you didn't know, it's Peter Z up on the mic. Hey, TWD family, grab the snacks about the pantry and subscribe and like if you can, please. Or those walkers eat you like some candy. Hey, okay. You at the right place at the right time. No one does it better, that's the bottom line. Beauty and the Beast, this is prime time. Let's go.
When that happened, I was like, this is a big one.
And we're live.
We probably
I was waiting for you to finish your thought.
You guys have missed some great conversation.
What's going on, everybody out in all the social media lands?
I was like, shit, do I let the intro song play one more time?
Hit it again. What is
We're getting all kinds of inside scoop that you guys didn't get, so
yeah.
No, little information.
What's going on, everybody? How's it going? We're back.
We're back. We're
We're
here.
live.
We're back, and we brought a very special guest.
yeah.
They had to mute me, folks.
We've been cutting it up on the in the pre-show. We've been cutting it up, so we just said, you know what? Let's just go live, and we're gonna roll right into it hard.
We're trying to get Jay warmed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He wasn't really talking too much,
I
so we
was
had to get
thinking
him
that-
ready.
Yeah.
Coffee before.
We said you weren't talking too much. We had to get you ready, you know?
Yeah, right. There's are we
Yeah.
live?
Yeah.
Now we're live.
Okay, well, there's an inside joke. There's Jaquan Henderson. He plays Winokur. He is correct me if I'm wrong, he's 21 or 20. He had never tasted, listen to what I'm gonna say. He had never had coffee.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
He was 20 years old. I looked at him on set. I said, "Come here, man." We walk, because this is my pregame ritual before we shoot the coffee. We walk him there. We get him about a small, medium cup of coffee. And he's like, "Do I put sugar in?" Bro, sugar, cream. My man Winokur was jumping for the next 4 or 5 hours. I'm not even lying to you. After certain takes, he would walk by. Woo! Yeah, that coffee's serious. It was like this much of coffee. But go back to what you were saying. Like, yeah, I gotta shut up. And I didn't have coffee before this one, so
No,
I'm ready for
please
this.
don't shut up. We love this.
Yeah.
This makes our night so much easier, because there's some nights like where like we'll like be recapping an episode and we'll try to like we have to like kind of like drag it out as like and talk about whatever we can to make the hour and a half, whatever it is, go as quickly as possible. So this helps us.
Well, that I mean, that was amazing. Like, it traveled so fast. He's never had coffee before. What? The second AD, he's never had coffee before. What's wrong with you, bro? You never had coffee before? Like, it traveled for like 20 minutes and he's never had it. He was just jumping all over the place. And I think he booked something else, and he took like a picture of a coffee cup, and I was like, oh, I know what time it is.
And you gotta hit him with that hard stuff, you know. It's gotta be like a hard cup of like Cafe Bustelo or something, you know. Like, hit him hard.
One of those double
Or in
brew
Miami.
coffees.
You ever had coffee in Miami?
Yeah.
This much is like drinking gas over there. I lived in Florida for about 19 to 20
Yep.
years. I ended up shooting Bloodline. That's when Bloodline took place. That was a really fun show. But again, it ended after 3 seasons. And that's what I mean. Like, Bloodline was a quality show. And sometimes, for whatever reason, it just doesn't make it. So for a show like this, it's quality. It's gone through the ups and downs, right? I mean, nothing's perfect. Fans always have something to say. Something, which is fun of it, but to last this long, and to be not only last, but I think alluding to with the Harry Potter hat, sir,
Brian.
what's your name again? Brian. My bad, Brian. B Money, we'll call you.
No,
B
Ryan.
Money.
Ryan.
Ryan.
R.
Oh,
We just call him Rye Guy.
Yeah, right guy.
Rye
Guy.
Guy. Well, to Rye Guy's point, I forgot what was I saying. But basically, it's to last this long and for people to be so vibrant about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so speak about your introduction to this. I mean, how did you come about this? I know in the pre-show you had actually spoken to us about how you actually went and auditioned for a different character.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, if you want, we can
I
bring everybody up to speed on like how that process where you initially went for Fear and the character you went for there.
Yeah. So I don't know the exact dates of when the show started, but I was living in California at that time, and was it yes, California, and they had sent me to read for Daniel Salazar, and I was like, "Ooh, what is this?" But it didn't work out, as I said earlier. I lost it to the incomparable Mr. Ruben Blades, and congratulations on his Grammy. He just won, right? He just won a Grammy. Congratulations to him. So I had read for that one, and it pulled me back in after having this. I went first 3 months, and I was all into it, and then life took over. You have to move around. So from Cali to Florida and back. And I ended up reading for it, again. I think after the third time, crickets.
Right.
So it disappeared. But that had definitely pulled me back in. I wanted to see what was going on with the developments of the show and whatnot. Fast forward in life, next thing you know, this project comes up. But at the moment, they hadn't said the title. They just announced the producers, the director, the writer, and they didn't announce Nick. So then when I did the audition, got picked, got the call, then I found out that it was a spinoff, and then it just took over again, the whole obsession. I wanted to see what was going on. What is this? What is that? I've seen that submarine a million times. Trying to find out, get the backstory of it. Because sometimes when I'm going into a show, I don't want to know so much. I wanna go clear. I want to live my world in there.
Right.
But that's what brought me back in, and definitely it's an honor and a privilege. And I said this in the pre-show. Had I known, I would have waited for the recording, but I hold it now. That a lot of actors and people in the film industry, sometimes when we talk about our projects, it's it's a routine thing to do, right? People are excited about it, people talk about it, but moments like this, being on this podcast, knowing that you guys love The Walking Dead so much like that, and there's an interconnection. It's not just visual. Like, you guys relate to characters from seasons past that are not even there anymore.
Yep.
I mean, that's what you do it for.
And I mean, let me throw it out there. One of your favorite characters was Shane, who by John Bernthal. Yeah. I mean, that was your guy.
Yeah.
That was your guy. And not for nothing, but Shane was my guy too. I was totally against. I was really against Rick for a lot of stuff in the beginning.
I always said that I was the Otis to his Shane.
But I would never shoot you in the leg.
I doubt that.
I would never shoot you in the leg. I wouldn't want you to suffer. It'd be a headshot. Listen to my man Jay, who told everybody on that sub, I'll shoot you all in the fucking head if I have to. You know what I mean? Like,
right to the dome, one clean shot killer.
Speaking of, Pi made a very good point. Our guest tonight is Jay Gutierrez, who plays Alvarez on
Fear the Walking Dead.
On Fear the Walking Dead.
Yep.
Dead in the Water. In Dead in the Water.
Dead in the Water.
Yes.
Dead in the Water. That's right. It's the ball game.
Explain this set to us, because they actually had to like make it look like you guys are in a submarine. So I mean, what was this set up like? Like, what you walk in there. Now, number one, you said you guys filmed this within a week.
In a week. I was scheduled for a week. They might have stayed maybe like 2 days after. But that's when Glover flew in. The last 2 days is when John Glover flies in. And I think they're at the end. I don't want to say it in case anybody hasn't seen it, but
no, it's okay. Yeah. We're good.
But how was the set? it was amazing. I mean, you only have so much to work with because although they're emulating that humongous, submarine or whatnot, the inside details are very, very precise, and a certain look and the lighting and things like that. It was great. It was great because again, going back to you're working with the pros. So we're shooting in one little. I don't want to pick out the scene, but there's one scene where it's literally like it might look like I'm shooting and I have wide open space, but I got like 15 people behind me and to the side of me, and they're all moving and it was quick. It was something. We were spoiled. I think as actors we were spoiled. Everything was ready. Everything was ready to go. Everything was just. I think that was one of and I'm speaking for him, but I think that was Kenneth, the director, Kenneth Rekwa. That was his plan to just keep everything just. I mean, you talk to him, he's like, we're gonna do the big scene. He's like, okay. Everything was just success. Yeah. Everything was gonna work. No matter what we had to do, it was gonna work. So it was great to be a part of an energy like that. You're going on to set to work, and you're already coming with a certain amount of enthusiasm because you want it to work. It's a project. But when you feed off of everybody else's energy, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And I mean,
it's really a great experience. Not to knock anything that I've done before and that I'm doing currently or after. It's just that week was very special. It was nice. It was good.
I got a question, which I know we already know the answer, but Zaina, our girl Zay, wants to know.
Hi, Zay.
She said, "Habla español?"
Sí, como no, de la isla, papi.
That's for you, Zay.
That's that Puerto Rican Spanish, Zay.
She's Ecuadorian.
Yeah, she's I think half Ecuadorian, and I'm not sure what the other half is.
Saludos de Ecuador y Latinoamérica.
There you go.
Saludos. That's right.
I took 2 weeks of Spanish.
Having a Walker talking Spanish.
I was lucky I was hitting that little accent there at the end. Bang.
Good thing, yeah.
So I'm gonna pull. We're pulling. I think I saw some questions in there. Okay, cool. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump into the questions that I have here. So Linda's like our super sleuth. Linda's in France. So right now, let me break this down to you. Right now, we have people watching you from all over. Pi is out in Finland.
There you go. Only took 6 years. But finally got it.
Pi's out in Finland. Lucy's out in the UK. Linda's out in France. Yep. Zay's in New Jersey, which is like another world.
It's like its own country.
It's its own country. I got Dave down in the city. I mean, there's people just from everywhere watching you right now at all different times of the night for most of them.
Listen, this is.
This is the strength of the Walking Dead family. This is what you're part of now.
I don't care if it was us 4 in here like this right here.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this means a lot, and it means a lot to a lot of the guys. Well, I'm talking about production wise because they've been there obviously longer than any of us, and Riley, I'll put him in there too. Every day, there's an excitement. There's an excitement, but there's an even keel about it, and I just want you guys to know that from what I saw, at least the Fear of the Walking Dead crew, they're just as excited as you guys putting out these, and that says a lot because again, they're just as excited as if they had watched it for the first time. So you guys are following a real solid group of people, of creators.
Well, it feels good knowing that it came from someone who worked on the show. So,
yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna get off to one of Linda's first questions. It says, "What is the film or series that launched your career, or that launched my career, or opened that door?"
That's a mixture of two. Because one of them is a short film that maybe you guys haven't heard of, and then another one is Bloodline.
Okay.
So I would say Hermanos, because that put me in front of Edward James Olmos.
Oh wow.
This was years ago. This was 2012. I want to say 7 years ago. I mean, the festival's still
Right.
current, but it's called the Los Angeles Latin Film
Okay.
Festival, La LEAF for short. And it was owned and ran by Edward James Olmos. And at the time, I was living in California. I did a student film based on MS-13, which is like
Yep.
a real gang. Kind of like there's a movie that he did. It's called American Me.
Yeah. Yep.
I think so. We were similar, and it was a short film. It's 7 minutes long, but he saw it. He flew me. I got flown back to California after the whole process, and that set me off to my agents and just a lot of different work to the side. I got to talk to him, Mr. Olmos, for a little bit. So that was a blessing, because that set me off on the right track internally. It wasn't about the work. It was about getting my confidence that I can do this long term.
Gotcha.
And then Bloodline, Kyle Chandler was great. Kyle Chandler, the lead in that show, Bloodline. It's on Netflix. That's probably another show that it got me up there.
Cool.
Right. Not Hannah Montana.
And then disappear real fast.
not Hannah Montana.
Not Hannah Montana. That didn't.
Not Hannah Montana, absolutely.
Yo, check out Jay's IMDb. It is loaded.
Yeah.
Loaded with some good stuff. And Ryan happened to dig up Hannah Montana.
I always go for the ones that, like, again, I'm not
most out of character.
I'm not trying to credit shame.
Time. People love that show.
I'm not trying to credit shame,
People
okay?
love
But
that
here
show.
for me, I have a sister who is almost 10 years younger than I am, right? So when growing up, when she was growing up, I had to do a lot of babysitting for my parents, because my parents both worked full-time jobs. And so I'm like,
it's okay. I used to watch Power Rangers.
I
man.
love Power Rangers. I love Power Rangers. Don't hate on Power Rangers.
No.
But I saw that, and I'm like, damn, I watched like almost every episode of Hannah Montana because my sister, and I'm like trying to remember like who you were. It says business person.
We were at the airport. And Hannah Montana cuts me off, and she's talking, I think, to her. I want to say her dad at that time, because he was there, and trying to convince her not to take the flight. It was like a brief moment.
Okay.
One that I forgot. I forgot about that a long time.
He blocked it out.
When I do my research, I always look for the ones that just stand out to me, to be like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Again, not trying to credit shame.
No, but that
you got to do what you got to do.
But that's what you do. So like when I first saw your photo, right? I'm like, all right, this dude's, he's legit, good looking dude. So I'm going through his life, and the same thing. I'm like, Hannah Montana. I'm like, wait, what? How the hell did he end up on Hannah
All the
Montana?
movies that I've done, I'm a gangster.
Yeah.
I'm a mob kingpin, military, and then they bring out Hannah Montana. I don't know.
I promise it's a
We do
legitimate
our
interview,
research
not a
on this
roast.
show.
Yeah, I
We
know.
look back and
Watch this. We loved your show. It's a matter of,
Renee, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I just that we do our research on this show, so we look back and we dig deep and try to find out what you've been in.
So
How did you guys feel about Fear went on
Yeah,
this Sunday,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Last Sunday.
this past Sunday, yeah.
Give me the juice.
Yeah.
Give me the juice. You guys, how'd you feel? The
Well,
truth.
Well, I don't think they.
Yeah, we
watched
don't.
it
We
yet.
try not to see. We usually wait just to make sure, because we don't want to spoil stuff for anybody.
Well, no, it
gotcha.
aired yesterday. It aired on
Yeah,
ABC.
but I don't know if everybody watched
I try
it.
to watch it before we do the show where we talk about it,
Yeah.
so that way it's
Yeah,
fresh in my
because we
mind.
usually, if we don't have a guest, then we discuss the episode. So, but I mean, I thought it was a good episode, but it was a very, I don't know. I'm gonna watch it again. Yeah.
I hope I didn't say
No.
anything.
So
No, you haven't said
Jay,
anything.
as far as Fear and The Walking Dead, so was it something that you started right away? Did it take you a few years until like you heard about the fandom and dove in? I mean, where are you at with that?
Started or to film it?
As far as watching it, like being a fan.
Oh, I remember clearly. That's when it first came out. That's why I asked you guys if it took a little bit for you guys to catch up when it first came out. No, when it first came out, my friend was like, "You gotta watch this. They're zombies and they're killing people, or walkers and they're killing people." I was like, "Oh, come on, you know, like the same old." I don't want to like call out any genre per se, but you know, horror and gore, sci-fi, whatever you want to put it, it's changed a little bit. And so when I saw The Walking Dead for the first time, and they had a lot of weight in each character, I was like, "Ooh, what's this?"
Yeah.
And then, you know, John's work and Rick, obviously that two relationship, the relationship between them two had me hooked.
Yeah.
I just love that whole. I mean, what are you gonna do? The world's ending, and you know you've got decisions to make.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get enough of it until I had to move around and stuff like that. But yeah, I got hooked on it as soon as it came out. You know, there's other shows that sometimes you don't even watch it until a year after it comes.
Right.
But the buzz was too strong on this one. And I would say maybe Breaking Bad had like that type of buzz that no, you gotta.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
Breaking Bad, 100%. Yeah.
I still subscribe to the theory that Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and Walking Dead all exist in the same universe.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, there's some good fan theories.
Dan Apple is a producer for Better Call Saul.
And there, we actually in our past.
That was actually my introduction.
Yeah, that was how Ryan
onto the podcast with Chris was he and I worked together, and he found out that I love The Walking Dead just as much as he does, and I started talking about all these conspiracy theories that I read on Reddit and Twitter and stuff, and one of them involved The Walking Dead and Breaking Bad. And it had to do with like when Daryl had the baggie of pills from Merle that he stole from Merle. And one of them looked like the pills.
The blue meth.
The blue meth,
yeah.
Yeah, it had the blue meth in it.
Yeah, one of the bad looked like it had the blue meth in it from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus also some about Glenn right?
With the
car thief.
What kind of car?
It was a red Dodge Charger.
Charger, yeah.
Yep.
A Pollo Loco. That's what I know. But that was a good show. Just like that, you know. So basically, as soon as it came out, I mean, has The Walking Dead ever had a moment where like it didn't come out and set ablaze? Right? Walking Dead came out, the original. Then after that was what was the first spin-off?
Fear, yeah.
Fear.
Yeah.
I mean, Fear was a spin-off.
Right.
And then it lasted.
Yeah, they're in season 7, I think, right now, right?
Yeah, they're renewed for 8.
Yeah, and they renewed for 8. The thing with Fear, which look, I dug into Fear as soon as it came out. I was all for it. Yes. I dug in, and
anybody in particular hook you, or just the whole like the new
Madison
energy?
Clark, the lead. You know, she what
she came. Right? Didn't she leave and then come back?
Apparently she's coming back this season, yeah. But I don't think it's going to be towards the end of season 7 where she makes her reappearance.
Yeah, it sounds like they'll just it won't be a huge bunch in season 7, and then she'll be a regular again in 8.
The thing about her is I gravitated towards her like everyone tended to gravitate towards Rick. You know, very strong female role. And it just, I liked how the story took its time to explain itself, because Fear brings you to the very beginning, you know, where like on The Walking Dead, you're like thrown into it. Like, here it is. This is it. Go. And I actually enjoyed how you had that slow build with Fear, the introduction to it, people learning how to kill them, what to do, just like in Dead in the Water, which, you know, you guys are in a, you know, sorry, spoiler alert, but you guys are in a submarine in the Gulf of Mexico.
Putting it like crazy. I watch it anyway.
And you guys are thrown. You're the beginning. You're a part of the beginning. Yeah. And learning, and we were discussing in the pre-show before actually we had you join. We were talking about how much we liked watching the step-by-step process of you know,
absolutely.
This guy, turned, but was he bitten? Did he, well, no, he wasn't bitten. So is it in the air? You got to shoot him in the, you got to shoot him in the head. It's got to be like certain.
He got shot in the stomach a couple times, and then finally, boom, right in the head.
So like they started like clicking. Okay, it's this. It's the process was rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Storytelling at its finest.
Yeah.
Man. Honestly.
Yeah.
Jacob. His last name, but his first name Jacob. Jacob, don't kill me. But the writer, he did amazing, and he was there every step of the way. Every word. Writers, they'll come. I'm the writer, and they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
My man was there every day. He was with us. He actually makes a cameo, I think. You know how Spike Lee tends to like put himself in there, and I don't want to ruin it, but. And I don't know I don't know if he said it already or he meant it to be said, but I'm saying it, so sue me. But I'm not going to tell you where, but the director manages to put a picture of his family in there, if I'm correct.
Oh, so we got a little Easter egg to look for.
Oh man, I'm telling you, this thing is full.
All right.
Now because I'm in it, it's a great thing. It's outside looking in, and since we're talking about the production and the storytelling and whatnot, for me, what I enjoyed, well, first of all, it became, I don't want to ruin that scene, but when the first walker shows up,
mm-hmm.
and has his moment, and I was there to see it for the first time, I was like, ooh, we're going somewhere with this. And they kept going. Even everybody has a backstory.
Right.
The walkers have a backstory, everything. And what you're saying is, as far as the writer wanting to take his time and deliver that and not just cram it. I mean, think about it. We only had one episode with 6 little parts, but I think he did an exceptional job in dividing it into 6 categories that were just, it served that as a better storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
The format of it.
So you get your script, right? And as you're reading your script and you find out, you die. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, Jay dies. Wow.
Hey, I'll side with you, because do I really die?
I don't know. Well, that's true because you don't see it.
Yeah, we don't.
You don't see it,
and that's the
number one. That is number one. But that's also like,
or maybe I die.
That's also one of the biggest rules of The Walking Dead is don't believe the person's dead until you see him dead.
Yep.
That's right.
Rick.
Hey, baby.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to put them. We're gonna have to put them with put Jay with like the Rick and the Heats and like the Peters, and everybody else that we haven't seen. Yeah. Maybe.
I love the shameless plug. Like, did he die? You never know.
It's true.
Another universe.
One thing I did love about this idea, right, and like watching this episode, was the fact that it sets up the potential. Like they could do like an Origin of the Dead show, and each episode is just a different scenario in a different location, and how they reacted to the outbreak. Like you guys were on a submarine. Yep. They could have, like I said, like the International Space Station, you know what I mean? Like some crazy shit like that. You could have a ship out in the middle of the Atlantic, you know what I mean? And seeing this all happening, a military base out in, Arizona or something, you know what I mean? Like just shit like that, I think would be so cool.
Yeah. And like to
right.
Yeah. I mean, well, to add on to that, so in Fear, and I mean, I mentioned this before, but they end up meeting up at a house with a family who has a broadcast radio, and basically he's able to keep contact with all the different locations throughout the states that have like I'm trying to think of the word like outposts. And he's got a map, and he's been able to check off every time an outpost fell, lost communication. He'd check it off.
That's a ranger guy, right?
Yeah, the rangers. So like, think about like spin-offs that where they are able to go through each state where you watch each ranger post fall.
Yeah,
something like that. Where you could be recasted before you were on the on the submarine. Something like that.
Yeah.
When you were in boot camp.
there's and that's what I love about it, because I know that, you know, this goes back to season 6B or A, I think season 6B, when they said the end is just the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Riley and there's another character, Dwayne, I think is his name, or Wayne. Dwayne. There's another guy there from season 6, besides Glover and Nick Stone. Did you notice that?
No.
Well, he's
Really?
and he's and he's an important piece. I don't want to ruin it, but he's an important piece, and to be able to come back, and he still had to get involved in the huge news story that he wasn't necessarily a part of, because he doesn't come in until season 6. So to watch that development, to watch that, basically the preparation, they had this whole world already ready.
Right.
You know, and you don't hear it in the media. You don't hear, oh, you guys didn't know when we were filming.
Yeah, it's true.
Straight awesome.
Because this woman right here is like the pulse of everything that goes on, because she gets to write about everything. And she actually dropped the news on us first about it.
Well, she's also more knowledgeable than Chris and I combined.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yes, because guess what I do all day long? I research and
look,
I watch everything.
even if I
yeah,
she is the part of the puzzle that puts this thing together, because
I missed a lot of stuff though. I missed a lot.
So I tell you what, I have a question. What do you guys think that we were so like under the radar? Why do you guys think we were so under the, like, no promotion, no? We didn't release a trailer until the day of.
Yeah,
the day of.
I feel like AMC just hasn't been doing a lot of promoting. I don't know why. You know, they've done this with, you know, even with Fear coming, you know, the week leading up, they didn't even do pictures or anything until, like, you know, we're like trying to write articles, you know, and trying to promote it. Yeah. There's no new pictures, you know. And
do you think they caught a lot of flack for the early releases of the spinoffs?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, maybe, because I know people were very displeased with that for Walking Dead, because now you know
everything. Yeah.
You know, I mean,
you know who the survives, and
yeah, you know, four majors are surviving The Walking Dead because they're all
and that was really their kind of their ace in the hole, was who's going to be alive at the end of The Walking Dead. Yeah. And you confirmed 4 of the major characters have their own spinoffs now, and you almost have to guarantee that for it to not be a limited series, their spinoff, it can't be something that's a prequel. It can't be something that happened in between time jumps. It has to be something that takes place after The Walking Dead. So you shoot yourself in the foot, because now 4 of your main characters we know for a fact live. Yeah. When you could have left that very suspenseful, and then their spinoff could have started at the minute that Walking Dead ended, and then you time jump, and that goes into their spinoff. You know what I mean? And they could have ended The Walking Dead with their fate in the balance, and you would never know. They could have done Isle of the Dead with Nagy, with Negan and Maggie.
Nagy.
It's called Isle of the Dead. There was no reason to confirm that Maggie or Negan were alive. You could have called it Isle of the Dead and said it takes place in New York City, and you would never have had to confirm who it was until the very first episode.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it takes. Isle of the Dead takes place in New York.
Manhattan.
Yep, Manhattan.
You need to get on that.
And it's being filmed in New York City.
I'm with you, brother.
It's being filmed in New York City.
Yeah. Yep.
Right now?
I don't know when.
I don't know when it started yet.
I don't know when they're starting casting, but yeah.
When they do, Ryan and I are gonna just be like, "I'll be a backup. I'll be a backup. I'll be an extra."
That's gonna be
amazing.
That's an hour and a half from us.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Because I know I'm positive that New York, my home, the way that it's been, they're open to receiving some money and opening up some spots for the show. I mean, that would be great. That'll be great if they shoot it in Manhattan. That's good for the city,
Yeah, I think they're going to do some of the shooting. Wow. I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan said the shooting is going to be in Manhattan, and then they have a studio in New Jersey that they'll do some of it in as well.
And it makes sense for JDM. JDM has a house here in New York.
2 hours north of the city.
Yeah, so I mean, it makes sense for him.
Did you guys know that Fear relocated to Atlanta?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did they go to Savannah?
I mean Savannah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Very
I thought it was. Yeah. Yep.
So wow, New York. I did not know that. I didn't know that. So that's something to definitely
Yeah,
push.
absolutely.
I'm pushing.
Just imagine Jay
Alvarez
just pops up in
coming
the
out of
middle of their
somebody's
show.
corner.
I survived the submarine, bitches. You thought I was dead.
That's something Alvarez would say too.
Yeah, he totally would say that.
The sound guy, the sound girl at the time. Forgive me for forgetting her name. She said, when we were doing a scene, Alvarez is gonna get a spinoff. I said, say it louder, girl, so the universe can hear you. Alvarez spinoff. And she said it like 4 or 5 times. That'll be amazing. I mean, and just being a part of this whole thing. Like, look at that. That's gonna take place in New York. Then there's another spinoff, right?
Well, there's multiple. So Tales of the Walking Dead is going to be the one that comes out this summer, and it's an anthology spinoff. So each episode is a different story.
What about the world beyond?
That's over.
That's over.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just a limited series. It just had 2 seasons, but it was good.
Really
It was very good.
Yeah, the end.
It really built the CRM piece to the puzzle.
Yeah, I think from an acting perspective, like why people love Rick Grimes' character, something that stands out about or makes me think about him, and it makes me think about the whole show, is that this show allows for vulnerability in the midst of chaos. Like, in other movies or shows, it's gore, shoot 'em up, and we're never introduced to the psychology that goes behind that. So I think, alluding to what you were saying earlier, to see like Rick go from this public servant to the houseman in a span of months. His mentality changes. Everybody else becomes a little bit more callous, I guess, to monsters and things like that. And that never changed all the way through The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. I haven't seen all the spin-offs, but everyone keeps that same interest on each individual character.
Yeah,
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Like, in our short little 40 minutes, you still get a lot of like 6-7 different characters. There's a little bit of everything there, and we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, and then they scoop it up, but hopefully it expands into something else. I mean, I can't say that.
Yeah. Jay, let me ask you a question. While watching The Walking Dead, because we've asked this before, so I want to see if you've ever thought of it. Did you ever, as a fan, see Rick and the whole crew as the bad guys? And maybe the other people like Negan and his people as the good guys? No?
No. I've always seen Rick as just responding to what's in front of him. I never saw him
But like, let's say the attack on the people at the satellites, where they went in when they were sleeping at night and started killing them in their sleep, all that stuff.
It was a house. Wasn't it like a big?
Yeah, it was like a satellite building. Yeah. Satellite station.
Yeah.
Yeah, still, nothing. For some reason, I mean, maybe emotionally, nothing ever rubbed off me like evil intention. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It was always out. Like even what he did. Like, I don't know what season it is, but oh, come on, Jay. He wears a leather jacket, and I think he bites somebody.
Yeah. That's when the guy's trying to rape Carl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like.
No, yeah, that was
When you're in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For I mean, obviously it's not his family, but for his people. So I never saw. That's a good question. I never looked at him with all his outrageous stuff as the bad guy in Negan something else.
Yeah.
Talk about getting your head swapped with a smile.
Let's get another question to get to know.
Negan, Negan is in the vein of me and
Right.
John, you know? Just either get out the way.
So I know we spoke earlier in the pre-show about the mule. Linda wants to know, did you get to personally meet Clint Eastwood while filming the movie, and what was your experience with him?
Oh, yeah, of course. I felt light in my feet. I thought I was going to, like, you know that feeling when you're a little kid and you're in trouble and they announce your name and there's so much, like, unknown. Like, you don't know what's going on and you're traveling and you feel like you got to go to the bathroom and you're like short breath. Hey, that's how I felt when I see Clint Eastwood walking towards me in the middle. I forgot what street in downtown Atlanta. And he just walks, having seen what I had done, he says, all right, let's see what you got. And he goes like that, and he just lets me go. That was, I think the biggest thing was I had alluded to earlier. It was validation for my work. You know, I kind of lost being starstruck. I was, oh my gosh, Clint Eastwood. You know, my dad.
Yeah.
I grew up watching him and Charles Bronson. Like, I can't believe it's happening. He's right in front of me. And you know, I think what he told me and how he communicated with me, and how everyone was reacting to it. It was just validation for the work to keep going, and I wanted to do a good job.
Yeah.
You know, Clint is one of those people that he's one or two takes, and every single thing that he's been on, whether he's been in front of the camera or behind the camera, it's always something, you know, must-see TV or must-see screen. And to be in that moment and having words with him and creating, the hell with just meeting him, creating with someone like that, that was a dream to whoever asked.
That was Linda.
Yeah, that was amazing. I was pinching myself after a while.
Yeah. Clint, like you said, man, like Clint, my father watching The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and you know, Dirty Harry, and
all
like,
of it.
You know,
and one-eyed winker.
He's always got the cigar in the movies, or so, you know, like side of the mouth, you know that. But I mean,
and there's people that, I mean, obviously, I've been around a lot of people, but there's certain people that, you know, you've witnessed their entire journey, so it just makes it all the better. You know, I've seen literally Clint since I was in diapers, and then to see him there and instruct me and create, I was like, oh, I thought about my dad throughout that whole time.
Oh.
Yeah, my dad was one of those that he was like, if you're not a baseball player, because we were really big into baseball and football. If you play these sports, he wanted me to play the sports. He says, if you're not acting, if you're not on TV, you know, give it up. So that moment forward in my mind, I was like, oh, you know, Papi, I call him Papi. Yeah, that was a great moment. The mule was great.
I mean,
yeah,
he's definitely a legend, that's for sure, man. And being able to work with him, I couldn't even imagine. Honestly, I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah. And like I told you, there's moments I guess we'll talk about my boring career. There's moments to my career. There's moments to my career where it's like, woo, the world is yes. And then all of a sudden you drop, you know? Like for, I'll tell you a story. For Jungle Cruise. I dress up like have you guys seen Jungle Cruise, any of you? Okay. So I dressed up for the Conquistador. And I was supposed to be one of the conquistadors who jumps into the boat to fight The Rock. And I was so excited. I mean, there's a picture on IMDb. And I thought, wow, it's me and I forgot his name, but the lead actor. And at that moment, I dress up, I show up to set, and the director looks at me, and they send me back. I'm like, you know, what's going on? I'm fully dressed, bald, I have the beard, and I'm like, you know, I'm ready to go. Then they said, oh no, we need you to have more hair. I'll wear a wig, I'll do whatever. Basically, I got taken out of the scene because I was bald. And you know, if I'm fighting The Rock and it's like, hey, who's that little guy?
All right, so wait. Hold on. How large is this man in person? Yeah.
The Rock? man, he's
Is he like? Because I
tall.
follow him obviously, like everybody else
Like,
does, and he just looks like a mountain everywhere he goes.
yeah, you know what it is, bro? It's you lift. It's his shoulders, bro. His shoulders and his back. It looks like a submarine walking through. Like he gets, he's so big up here. His shoulders. Height wise, he's like, I mean, I'm 5'10". He's like 6'3", maybe.
So he's tall.
If that,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I might be wrong, 6'1", but man, shoulders and back. That's why they call him the Rock. It's like you were interviewing him nice. Yeah. Oh no, Red Notice. Yeah, Terramana.
Terramana.
You know, it's like the guy from up there. But that happened to me, and I was like, I was so heartbroken because I was like, this was a chance for me to like. It was a big scene. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but I know that they destroy the ship and they fight with him, and so that was a moment. Then Red Notice. I do Red Notice, and I show up after he leaves. So we're doing I guess they refilms because they had done part of the movie or most of it like in Europe and a bunch of exclusive places. And so when we did the reshoots, I had to dress up in a suit, and it's in a scene with him, but he's not there. I had to do the green screen. I'm like, oh, this is the only way they're gonna allow us in the same screen. What's going on here? Dwayne Johnson is watching. Hey, it's the ball man's time. Let's go. Action film right now. Let's do it. But that was my experience with him and Jungle Cruise and things like that. So there's been moments where things are really going to unfold, and then in the blink of an eye, they change the script, they change the story, they want you to have hair, they don't want you to have hair.
Linda,
the journey's tough, man.
I'm sure, man. That cannot be an easy grind.
I'm taking these moments in right here. This moment right here, this is nurturing to my soul. But then it goes back to the auditioning and are they calling me? Have they called? Do they like it? It's brutal.
And I mean, you want to be able to pick a role too that is going to be good for you, not only as an actor, but for you, your family, everything else. Like, is this role going to be worth it for me?
Absolutely. I just had that talk with my wife the day before yesterday. I need to. I have three little ones, 2 boys and a girl, and although I was at a point where I had to accept everything from at the beginning, I'm not in that space now. I have to think things out, and if I do something, then let there be a reason for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like all the beautiful things that I accomplished in in this little story of ours. If you really pay attention to me, I'll tell you why I get that way. If it makes sense, and why I go that route of just cool on the other side of the pillow to complete horrid terror.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. And I mean, so like, and then like a lot of actors that we've come across lately too. Not only you do the acting, but Linda asked about like your music, your singing career. I mean, is this something you've pursued? Like she said, you're very good. She said you're really good at singing.
No. I am not gonna sing.
She said because you sing extremely well. So what about musical projects?
This is like the FBI. You're good.
She is.
No. My wife will kill me. I sang a couple times in a play. I could hold a note, and then I also I love rapping too. I love slapping. My wife will slap me if she hears me say that. She'll shut up, go create. But yeah, I could do a little bit of those things. Not now.
All right.
I'm a big fan of. Are you guys into this? Is some Beast and Beats. So what's going on?
Oh, you mean Beauty and the Beast? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Renee is obviously the beauty, and then we're just 2 schmucks behind a microphone. So
I wouldn't say we're beasts, but
Yeah.
Nice.
Big
guys.
We No, we actually rebranded about, I don't know, 6 months. I don't know how long it's been, about 6 months now.
It was August.
August,
It
so
was in
almost a
August.
year ago we rebranded, and Renee, of course COVID put everybody into like this weird hiatus, man. You know, I'm sure from acting standpoint too. Things just got weird. Everything was weird. It's the best.
And we also both worked in healthcare,
Yeah.
so it was very unique for us to.
Yeah, we saw a lot of shit. Went through a lot of shit, saw a lot of shit. But like it put like everybody in this weird kind of like hiatus, and then you know, Renee came to me and was like, "Hey," she's like, "Everybody misses it. It brought everyone together like once a week, you know, and with like COVID and everything, and people just being locked and not having much of an outlet. You couldn't go out. You could, you know, like, you know, and especially in New York being one of the most stringent states there were.
I mean, we were the worst off for a long time.
Still there.
Yeah,
the Bronx.
yeah. So yeah, she came to me and got back in my ear, and I said, yeah, you know what? I think it's really time. Like, I think because not even for obviously for everybody, but for like us to be able to like just be with people, hang out with people. Technically, you know, like we're all here together. We're not obviously all in the same room, but there's still that connection. There's still the love. There's still the connection, and there's still that one thing that brings us together. You know. So yeah, we decided to.
I want to tell both of you thank you for your services, because what I do is bullshit. What I do is bullshit, and as a native New Yorker, you know, my father still being there, my godmother, my godfather, my two cousins. I have a lot of family in New York. I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because you know that's what I mean. You know, I can take 40 minutes of your time. You're working some crazy 3 to 7 shift, and you're stuck in the truck or in the base or wherever, and you know I can help you. That's the least I can do is help, you know, along with the other actors, help you escape from those moments, you know, from real situations. So I want to tell you thank you, because you know I'm very passionate about first responders, people that work, and people that serve. You know, so it's awesome that I got to be in the Navy and all that. I wish I could have represented them in a different.
Did they bring anybody on board to like give you guys any kind of like instructions, verbal cues, or anything like that? You know, like.
Yeah. Our medic was a former Marine.
Wow. Okay.
And then I think we had another advisor, I guess, if you want to call it. I don't know what branch, but I know a medic because I ended up in one scene that I do a little action. I cut myself and I was bleeding, and he was talking to me, and he was telling us, you know, I know that we weren't on a scale of 1 to 10 exactly like the Navy, obviously. Little hat or Riley's, you know, haircut, but you know, it was the world that was created.
And I mean,
but yeah, we had a lot of real guys telling us here and there.
It was like
I was doing great shooting. It was perfect. Everybody got it clean.
I'll kill you all.
That was bad, dude. Like they had to give me like a rubber one, and while I was waiting, I was like, it was bad.
But you guys did a great job. So I mean,
I really, and like I said, you know, I know these things are repeated a lot, and sometimes they're said from a cliche disposition, you know, because it's what you say. Oh, thank you guys, I'm so honored, blah blah blah. But I really mean it. Like I'm literally parked I'm in Atlanta.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm back in Atlanta because I have to for some work.
Anything you can tell us about?
No, because I signed.
Yeah. All right.
If you look at my post, I couldn't take it anymore. I said, look, I can't hold it anymore. Sue me. You know, because
I did see that. Yes.
Nobody was saying anything. I was like, oh no. I can't go one commercial more without saying, right? But soon I can't speak on because I already finished it. BMF with
Okay.
50 Cent. It's a show on Stars, completely different show. It's based on the Black Mafia family, and it's under 50 Cent or Curtis Jackson. We finished that, so that's coming out. I don't know when exactly. And then some other stuff that I haven't signed off on. But I'm here. I'm in front of Dunkin' Donuts in the parking lot, and I be talking to you. Like I really mean this. This stuff right here. This beat to me. This beats, the red carpets, the people. There's a Dead in the Water is receiving a lot of love. And that makes me happy because I know that the love is coming from people who pay attention the way that you guys do. Baby breaking in story and this and that. And I can't just say that enough of how, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to speak your story because it's still the people's story. And for them to enjoy it, it's what we worked for. So I'm happy to do this. If anybody has questions, if anybody wants to vote for the next show of Alvarez, I'm here. I'll give you some links. But
I do have a request, and of course, it happens whenever we have a guest on, and it usually happens whenever we have a male guest on.
Shit. My heart is beat. What do you got?
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good fun.
So, Lucy, who is out in the UK, Lucy Papworth, she wants to know, good old Paps. She wants to know, how do you feel about the word moist?
Moist. How do I feel about the word moist? Hot.
She will love that.
Hot. Okay. All right.
Are you bothered at all?
I'm waiting for all the response to come because she's dying laughing right now. So I'm going to put it to you this way, Jay. There's been a lot of talk in the chat about needing a cold shower and all these other things. So
it's hot over there in New York.
Wait a minute. The sun is blazing in the background for you.
Yeah.
We don't got nothing over here, bro. It's pitch black.
It is.
We got nothing but darkness in the background. You got the sun glaring and everything.
Thank you, Lucy. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, Lucy. Yeah.
And do you guys basically on Sundays after every episode, you guys, and then the next week you guys come?
Every Monday,
Mondays.
Yeah.
We try it on Mondays, then we break down the episode.
The day after the episode.
Yeah.
We have to keep going because obviously, we're here talking out of our brains, but this thing is not going anywhere anytime soon. You know what I mean? This universe, this thing. I feel like they make it look like that, like, oh, this is coming to an end, this is coming to an end. But we've got these little spoilers just to keep you happy. But I really think that I could be wrong, but I feel like they're testing the market.
Really?
They're testing. People are saying this and that, and then
just to see where the draw might be. Yeah.
Yeah. But I encourage you guys to keep this thing going and keep it going strong because it sounds corny. I'm that cornball. My wife says that you're corny sometimes. It sounds corny, but you guys are the reason that you know what I mean. The view, there wasn't a commercial, and my face was already in like, I don't know what language. Ha, Gutierrez, dead in the water. What? All these different languages, but here in the States we're mum. So this thing, like you said, and people from Jersey, people in wherever you guys are at, in New York or Ohio, right?
Iowa. Close enough.
This is this is something for the long run, and I'm happy that you guys decided to like rebrand it, and there's many more coming after me.
Yeah, well, I mean, whether there's many more coming or not, but I mean, having you be a part of it and then having that excitement to want to come and share it with us is what everyone's here for. I mean, this is what makes everybody come back every week. So
yeah, I am super excited. And I know it because we've talked and stuff like that. I know Nick's really excited about it.
yep.
Nick's super excited about it. Jaquan, everybody. Um, Blue, who plays Riley.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I missing? Emmett. Um, John Lee. I don't want to say it, but we have another entanglement. These guys, they were a pleasure to work with. Not nobody's perfect, but these were really good human beings, and they came pretty close.
What? I know you just touched on Nick and Jaquan. So did you know them prior to this show? Have you worked with them before? No.
No, I met the only person that I found out that I knew of because we've worked on the same project before was Emmett. Hunter. We worked on Bloodline together, and we worked on maybe several other indie projects that I didn't see or we weren't able to talk about until we had to do an ADR session, and we just got to talking. I got to meet his lovely wife, his son. His son's an actor. Young Dylan. I don't know his last name, but Dylan. I guess Dylan Hunter. Look for him. Dylan Hunter. He's on a Tyler Perry show. He's on there for like 20 episodes.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Emmett is very dedicated. It's funny because he has a thriving career himself, but he's all about his son.
Mm-hmm.
All about his boy. And so he brought his son to the ADR session, and then we started talking, and we've known people for years and years. We were probably in the same movie and scene and not really know each other until now. But everybody else I just met there. Nick I met the day of. Jaquan the day of. Blue the day of. Blue has a talent that he plays. It's the little guitar.
Banjo?
What do you call that?
The ukulele.
Huh?
Oh yeah, ukulele.
Ukulele.
Okay.
Ukulele
I said banjo.
thing?
Oh.
Yeah.
Or banjo, yeah. And Blue plays that really well. And in between sets, this was the first day. This was after wardrobe and going over like certain shots that we were going to do for that day. He started to play it, and right in the middle of the studio, myself, Blue, who was playing, and some extras were there, and we just started all singing around the banjo, whatever you want to call it. It was just really good moments. I don't know. I want to say that part of the euphoric feeling that we had during the shoot, a lot of it is contributed to having been closed in, right? Everything that you were explaining, and it's like, oh, human beings again. But we still had to follow a lot of regulations, the mask, 6 feet apart, the whole nine. But those moments that I speak of, they basically made everything smooth, and we didn't feel a thing. The world was outside, and we were in our own little world, and it was just really fun. We got to talk personal between the actors. We talked about our aspirations for this project. I predicted a lot of stuff that there's 2 or 3 that haven't come to fruition yet, but we're going the right way. That I said that was going to happen because of the crew that we had. Sometimes when you're about to create something.
Right.
And yeah, everybody was a joy. It was really, really good. I'm working on another project now, and I'm still going over the happy times filming that. So, it goes without saying that I would love to come back. I would love to be a part of this in any way. But if not, it was incredible to be a part of. It lived up to the hype. Not only, the magnitude of the show or whatnot, but the people. My last day. And I left you a memory of us laughing and smiling and talking about good stuff, the show. And that's what the show did for me. They left a lasting impression on me.
That's awesome, man.
I'm still holding out hope that you'll get on Isle of the Dead with Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohen. I'm just saying.
I'm a text away. You want to coordinate?
You'll be there at the end of the first episode. Surprise, bitches.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Everybody. Whoever wants to guess it.
Have you ever been invited to like any cons, any of these like like autograph sessions, all that stuff?
Not yet, because this is everything I've done up to this point has always been dramatic, funny, or never like, I guess, sci-fi or
Right.
Comic Con or nothing. But we just finished doing this one, so
Okay.
I'm hoping.
All right.
Myself, and I'll put it out there. Be like, look, anybody like this? but that's an experience that
Yeah.
I would love, absolutely, because that's like meeting 40, 50 of you guys
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah.
People that really appreciate.
Have
the
you
show.
ever been to where they filmed The Walking Dead in Sonoy?
No, I mean I've been in the area, but not at the time where I can say, oh, they're filming right there right now. But I've been there. Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, it is.
Beautiful. And from what I've seen, Sonoy, right? Sonoy has a great relationship. I mean, didn't they open up a bar there?
They've opened up.
Yeah, they got
Nick and Norman's.
Yeah.
They have Nick and Norm's.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a bar open on characters. You see what I'm saying? That only happens with like sports.
Yeah.
Like you might have a championship Super Bowl quarterback, and you make a burger.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I love everything.
Yeah, I mean, you got Abraham's Army, which is basically a whole area that he has in the basement of the, I think it's the old, is it the Sonoy Cafe? No, the coffee,
It's
the Woodbury shop. He's got the whole basement set up. I mean, he's got everything down there. He's got people who do the Walker cosplay come down there. He's got the pictures, autograph signed stuff all over the place. And I mean, you could go down there and just make like a weekend out of it and just be amazed. And I know there's even like walkers that still just do it to do it. They'll like just put the gear on and they'll walk the streets on a normal day.
Yeah.
They just scare the shit out of people.
Day off today.
So yeah. But I do have one question that I want to know from the show.
Yeah.
They get the order to release the nukes and take out Chicago.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. You know what? I'm way past that at this point. I want to know. Yeah, I want to know more about the show.
Really sorry about that.
Oh yeah.
Go for it. Yes.
So when the captain gives the order to do that, and I forget the name of the character who has the other key, for the nuke, basically for the nuke codes, because it's got to be two guys. You have the captain, and then, oh my god, he was like, I guess he would one of the lead guys, but he's got the other key around his neck. Riley had a key. Okay, so then. And basically he's given the order that we have, we just got the orders from, DC basically saying we have to blow these nukes and take out Chicago. And they're all in defiance of the captain's orders. How do you think if you weren't running for your life through the submarine at this point, because we don't know if you're alive or dead, if you're in that room, and you saw that kind of defiance where the three other guys go against the captain's orders to blow the nukes, even though you can physically see the captain is suffering from symptoms of being bit, do you, what kind of person are you in that moment? Are you with the captain or are you against?
Damn, that's a great freaking question, bro. That was a great question. Asking me, so I was like, ooh, let me get... so this is speaking as Alvarez?
Sure, yeah, as your character, yep.
Yeah, as Alvarez, and I see that, and I have the gun, and I see that he got bit. I'm shooting him in the head.
So you're not taking the risk in blowing up Chicago?
Alvarez.
You're not taking the risk in blowing up Chicago?
No, at that I'm talking
right.
For Alvarez. If it's me, yeah, I probably. But Alvarez, that guy, no, he would have thought what's in front of him, and he's that you're bit. We gotta turn you over.
Okay.
Out.
So in that moment, it's that decision.
I would. soon as I see that, bang.
No hesitation.
I love it. All right. I mean, look,
That was a great
you
question.
can't knock the honesty,
That
you
was a
know?
great question. Woof. Yeah, I would have definitely shot him because Alvarez loves everybody, but people didn't listen to Alvarez. So if you listen, like I give you the warning before things happen.
Right.
You go back and you listen, like, you know, when you see, I don't want to spoil it. I'm like mumbling, I don't want to spoil it. When you see certain things, I tell you before why this happened.
See, now I'm gonna have to go back and watch it like a fourth time.
I'll speak on this one because I think that one came out in a commercial. My confrontation with Winokur. I told him at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And although he did something, it was beautiful because it's funny, during lunch, I would tell him, man, people are going to hate me because, you know, Winokur's this young, you know, he's just vibrant and just, sir, aye, sir. And I come and I like a cockroach. Wow. And that's exactly what happened. I've seen reviews. I don't want to curse, but mother, take the gun away from that guy. Right. Let it in.
You don't get wrapped up in any of that, though, right? I know most of actors, they just take the criticism. It's like, it is what it is. Like, no matter what, you know, good, bad, ugly, whatever.
Brother, this is, you could smack me and
right.
I'm not feeling it. I'm
right.
Well, the way I look at it, when people comment like that on that character, that was what your character was intended to be. You did your job.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I'm a certain way. Briefly in that hallway. I'm in when the captain is giving a speech. I'm there too.
Yeah.
But I decided, since I didn't have ice cream in front of me, I'm in the back. Yeah, they just had me sitting there. I was like, I'm not gonna eat. But you know, that he explains a lot of his reasons for the actions that happen, and people get so caught up in the action. But listen to me, I told you before. So basically what I want to say, I want to defend Alvarez a little bit. Like, if you pay attention to him in the situation, there's a couple of things that he does that's within protocol.
Gotcha. Okay.
That makes sense. Yep. So it doesn't look like, you know, he might look a certain way, but he's thinking.
Okay.
So I would have shot his head.
All right. I like it. Real quick, because before we cut here, do you have anything you can announce that you're going to be in? Do you have stuff that you can let everybody know to look for you in right now, or is it just ready to be released shortly?
BMF, I can say, because we finished that, and I don't know.
And that's on Stars.
Probably in the middle of May or June. And Stars, yeah, it's on Stars. Then there's another project. It's called, I don't even know how to pronounce it. HEAUX.
HEAUX.
Like
HEAUX. Hoax? Hoax? Hoax, right?
Hoax. Like
hoax, okay.
Trying to say whole face.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Whole face? Whole face? You're in a show called Whole Face?
I'm having traumatic flashbacks to my Pound Mary.
Oh, man, no.
Oh, we're working on something. That's another project that I can say. So BMF and that ones are the ones that I can say.
And you have some other stuff on the back burner you're working with.
Jay Gutierrez. I really started picking up with Twitter again, obviously, because I'm getting tweets now, so I can tweet now. And just be on the lookout for someone that is hungry and passionate to contribute to
whatever
good stories.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of something good.
That's
you know
awesome,
what I mean?
man. Well, we hope more than anything you land that one gig that either, you know, sets it on fire and is your end game, or just keeps you burning through, man. Like, honestly, Like that's all. Everybody
I'll
that
make
ever
a-
comes on, that's all we want for you guys. Continued success, the best of luck, everything.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that, and I'll make a deal with you guys. If what I'm waiting on, and I still have to wait on it, but if I do, and it's a really big thing, I'm gonna contact you guys and we'll
Yes,
talk.
please do.
yes, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
on the other side of
And
that,
if they call me for The Walking Dead again, and obviously I'm gonna call you guys.
Yes.
I'm waiting to hear back on
Yeah.
something as well, because there could be something we could tie you into to bring you deeper in to the Walking Dead family.
We're on the
Yeah.
same track.
So as soon as I
Hey, you New Yorkers
yeah,
are pretty good.
as soon as I hear back, I'll touch base with you on what are you more responsive on right now? Is it Instagram, Twitter? Like if I send you a DM?
Oh, well, you have my cell phone number. Text
Okay.
my phone.
All right. I don't like to throw. I don't like to be like, yeah, I'm
But-
just gonna call you, bro.
We're home team. That's
All right.
family.
Perfect.
But it's close to that. So I would definitely call you guys again, and like I said, I really encourage you guys to keep this thing. I mean, obviously you don't need little me, but man, this is people enjoy this. I enjoyed it, and I'm in it. I know people watching this that pay attention to the show. That man, there was a woman who had a son that was he had
Genie.
a fatal illness. I forgot
No.
what it was, and I think he just wanted all the kid wanted was a bat signed by Negan, I think. And I don't know if it was a bat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was something. One person sent out the tweet, and everybody just started to support it. And I think it ended up getting it.
Yep.
I don't know, poster or something, but people were like, let's support it. Like, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
that's humanity. That's, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm a student of old
Right.
Hollywood. My favorite actor is Marlon Brando, Pacino, Daniel Day-Lewis. Guys that you would pay big money just to see in the theater. For 45 minutes. Those were the good old days, and I really believe that certain shows like A Walking Dead, like other shows. I don't want to bring on other shows, but it has longevity and it has space for artists to come, grow, and establish themselves in the universe. Now, I'm not talking about like the world or anything, but to be a part of this. And so, I thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for even inviting me to do something like this, and just to acknowledge a group effort that was done from the heart. And under the circumstances, we would have been talking about next Sunday or whatnot, but we were chosen for this specific story. We, the heart, as a cast and crew, we feel really good about it. And having conversations like this today confirm that.
Yeah, and I mean, if obviously if you have contact with anybody else, if you talk to let everybody know that there's definitely a group of people out there that are very appreciative and loved what they did, and it was 41, 42 minutes, man. I mean, that's one hell of a week work right there.
Nick is not in town right now. He might be in New York, actually. I can call him. I'll call Winoka for you guys.
Sure. Yeah. No.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are out of town, but if I text.
Well, I mean, just in general, just tell these, when you talk to these people, just let them know that they're appreciated, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that those words right there, that means a lot. And I'm already emotional as you can see, but that right there, that just stirs me. Like when people are really happy, and the art, the people drawing the different designs of the posters and stuff like that. Like you've seen this stuff. Like let's say Twilight, that's the vampire movie, right?
I think so.
People go crazy, but it dies out. Out.
Right.
I've seen 10-year-old Walking Dead fans with the wall completely decorated, the whole nine. Picture a mask that'll have you talking like Negan if you put it on. Like, I've seen some crazy stuff, and for me to walk into the room and to see that and to know that I was a part of that, icing.
That's awesome, man. And anybody out there watching right now, if you don't already follow Jay on Twitter or Instagram, it is his name. It's Jay Gutierrez. 2 underscores, I think, after your name. 1, 2. I think it's 2 underscores after his name. But he goes.
I put the socials. They're in the description of the video.
So so socials are there, and everybody in the chat. I'm telling you, man, everybody in the chat just. What do we have here? Great interview. Really enjoying Jay as a guest. You've done it. You've done us proud, Jay. What a fucking dude. Nice one, Jay. Thank you. We dig you, Jay. So
Lucy said thank you for her moist comment. You made her night. So
yeah.
I wanted to get that in there because we have to see her next month, and I don't want to hear it because she'll hold a grudge.
Lucy. Thank you guys so much. Everyone that's watching, Lucy, and anybody else, thank you so much for giving me your time. You've given me, however long we've been. Your time is greatly appreciated. For those that I can't see, I hope that you guys can, the people that are watching, can pass on this very pure story. That's the only way I can describe it. It's a pure story, and it's not so you can watch us on TV. Watch the story. Watch the people go into their respective worlds within their character, and you're gonna see good work. Good work. That's what it's like in New York, right? Good work.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
That's it, man.
Keep it moving. That's it.
All right, Jay. Well, we appreciate your time. We're gonna say goodbye to everybody and just give us one more minute. Don't hang up. If you want, go ahead and say goodnight to everyone.
Good night, everybody, and thank you again for your time, appreciation. I really mean it. Alvarez is hosting anybody who wants to do a little promo. We could do a city to city tour, whatever we got to do. But thank you guys. Being a part of the Walking Dead family, there's really no words for that. It just feels special. Thank you, guys.
All right, and then with that being said, guys, go on Twitter, put Alvarez is alive, tweet it at fear, tweet it everywhere. Let them know Alvarez is alive. We did not see him dead.
Justice for Alvarez.
Yes, we heard a gunshot, but he is not dead. We didn't see the body. So, all right, everybody. See you guys next week. I'm sure we'll be back, and we love you. Be safe. Peace out.
Have a good night, guys.
Love you guys.
Hang in there, Jay. 1 second.
Hey, Renee, Chris, and Ryan going live. Best podcast, Beauty and the Beast. Sit back and catch a vibe. Oh yeah, we talking zombies and apocalypses and all those things you like. Going beast mode, and if you didn't know, it's Peter Z up on the mic. Whoa. Hey, TWD family, grab the snacks about the pantry and subscribe and like if you can, please. Or those walkers eat you like some candy. Hey, okay. You at the right place at the right time. No one does it better, that's the bottom line. Beauty and the Beast, this is prime time. Let's go.